Guys, so this is going to be a video about when you should do retakes. All right, so you've got graded assignments that you're taking in all your courses. Usually they're shown by like a little rocket ship. Um, some of them are multiple choice, some of them are add-in answers where you have to wait for them to be graded. This is going to be just some information about when you should take the retakes and how you should be taking them. This is the advice that I've told, or the guidelines I've told my own child at home. So a couple things that I wanted to go over. So you submit an assignment, you didn't do well, or you know you could do better. So there's two different sides of this. So you could have where you just completely bombed it and you really need to redo it because you didn't even get the 70% to pass it. But there's also times where maybe you got the 70 or even 80%, but you know what? You have 3 tries altogether, so why not go for the 100? Honestly, in this kind of environment that you're in right now, and this is what I'm telling my own child, you should be getting 100% on everything. You have 3 tries. Here's what I want you to do with those 3 tries. All right, so you've got your, you've taken your first one, you either didn't do well enough or you did good, but you want to do better, okay? Do not take the retake right away. You need to make corrections to the assignment, okay? So get out a piece of paper, go through what you did wrong. On those screens, you will see whenever you've submitted your test what problems you got incorrect. So I want you to go through and see what problems you got incorrect and make corrections to that. Now, that might be that you need to refer back to the module. You need to find those correct solutions and or the processes you need to understand where you went wrong. Don't just make corrections and say, okay, I think I did it right now. Go back to the lesson modules and see what is it that you did wrong. Why did you make that mistake? Did you, if you're finding mean, by the way, let's just throw that out there. It's something that some of you will be doing soon or have already been starting on doing. If you added them all up and you got this big number, but you never divided, that's where you went wrong. Now, are you seeing that, or do you need to go back to the module and find where that happened? The last part is, if you've made those corrections, you can't figure out where your mistakes are, ask for help, okay? That's where you need to be asking us. Hey, Miss Eccles, and go to the discussion board, and remember that there's going to be all the math teachers on that discussion board from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday, and we are just waiting to answer questions. So go on there and say, listen, on the test it says that I did this and I got this answer, but it's saying it's wrong. What can I do to fix that? And we can help you. We can give you videos. We can talk to you. Maybe we need to set up a Zoom for more than a couple students so they can see where their mistakes are. That's what we're here for. That's what we want to do for you, but we can't do it if you're not asking for help. The discussion board is like raising your hand in class. I didn't understand this. Can you answer this question? Ask specifics. Don't just say, hey, I didn't get this lesson. What lesson? What are you talking about? Ask for help and be specific. I didn't understand mean. How do you get mean? What is, and there are different things in the modules that you should go back to that you can find those answers. But if you're just not finding it, ask for help. Now, I want you to know something. We can see everything, okay? I said it in my announcement. We can see so much. So I wanted to give you an example of what we can see. So this is a student, I'm not putting their name on here, that did 3 attempts. Let's look and see. Attempt number 1. They got 4 out of 20. They submitted it at 11:55 a.m. and they took 1 whole minute doing that assignment. How do you think they were taking? I mean, how do you think they were using their time? Do you think that they were flying through it? Well, I can tell you because look, right here it says at 1 second in, they started it. 10 seconds, they already answered question number 1. Well, that's weird because they just possibly viewed and possibly read the question 16 seconds later. That was but do you see how they answered question number 2 in 29 seconds? 39 seconds, they already answered question number 3. Holy crap, this person's amazing. They can read so fast and do math. This is amazing. After 1 minute, they'd already Oh my gosh, they answered 4 and 5 at 1:02. I mean, wow. Do you see what I'm saying here, people? I'm being sarcastic, and that's just me. So attempt number 2. This was their best attempt. They got 8 out of 20. Listen, these questions are not always the same. Sometimes they're getting mixed up. You may not get the same question every time. You'll get the same type of question, but there's going to be different numbers involved when you take different attempts. So for attempt number 2, they did better. Okay. They didn't take much longer. They took 20 whole seconds longer. I don't know how they got 8 out of 20, but listen, that's still not a good percentage. Okay. That's a 40% F. Do you want a 40% F? I don't think so. I hope not, because it's not good enough, especially in this online learning environment where you can keep taking tests. Well, look, they took that test at 11:56. Oh, 1 whole minute after the first one. Do you think they looked back and studied? Do you think that they took any time? I'm not seeing it. Oh, this one they took 2 whole minutes later. They got a 4 out of 20 again, so they did worse than the second attempt. They learned absolutely nothing, is the moral to this story. And on their third attempt, yeah, they answered 1 and 2 and 3 in 18 seconds, which is amazing reading capabilities aside from the math capabilities this person thinks they possess. They did not do well, okay? They, again, got 4 out of 20. That's a 20% F. Yes, the system will take the larger or the best score out of all 3 attempts. So it is never a bad idea to do more attempts. Unless you get 100%, then don't worry about it. Why are you wasting time? Now, looking at all these different attempts, you can see what we see. We can see the effort or maybe lack thereof. Here's another thing we can see. So, what do I want from you? I want you to do the lesson modules. I want you to take your time on every one of the attempts. I don't care if it's the first attempt or the second attempt or the third attempt. 1 minute is not a sufficient amount of time to take a test. If you were in my classroom and you did 5 questions in 1 minute, I would go crazy, okay? Take your time. When you don't get the grade you want, find your mistakes. Review the lesson modules. Ask for help. And let me tell you right now, guys, don't even think about taking that third attempt without asking for help first, okay? I know you get 3 attempts, and I'm really glad about that. But if you haven't gotten a 70% by your second attempt, do not jump into your third attempt. You need to be looking for those mistakes, finding those mistakes, doing the lesson modules, and asking for help. We're here for you, okay? We miss you guys. We want to do what's right for you. And this is what we're offering. So please get on board. Let us help you. Have a good one, guys. Miss y'all. Bye.